Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo. And Flo, man, the GOAT, Jerry Rice, out there, 95.7 the game. And he talked about his thoughts on Deebo Samuel actually playing on Sunday. Let's check this out.
Greatest wide receiver of all time. I got to ask you about the wide receivers. Obviously, Deebo Samuel banged up here. It's going to be 50-50 heading into next week. How big of a loss would that be for this 49ers offense if Deebo Samuel's not ready to go, Jerry?
I remember this guy, I think it was Super Bowl 29. He played with a grade 3 separated shoulder, and it happened early during the ball game. I expect Deebo Samuel to be on that football field. That's the bottom line. And I think with Deebo, being a competitor that he is, he's going to be ready to play. So, I'm not looking for him to sit this one out or anything like that. We got to have all our soldiers.
Yep.
We got to have everybody to get ready to rally and get ready to go in battle, man. And I think he's going to lead the way.
Well, I was going to go to Brandon Ayuk here, who was visibly at times frustrated last Saturday night. He was open on a couple drag routes, one that right before halftime, a couple times in the second half, but he made a huge catch there on the final drive on third down to catch that pass where only Brock Purdy could put it. What would be the advice to Brandon Ayuk here if Deebo can't go? Because he is the de facto number one wide receiver. I love Brandon Ayuk. A lot of people talk about him. I think Brandon Ayuk could be one of the 10 best receivers in this game. What would the advice be for him? Because if Deebo is compromised, Detroit will roll coverage his way. But you saw double teams all the time. You saw triple teams all the time. And he still came through in the clutch. What would that advice be to Brandon Ayuk going up against the Detroit secondary, knowing that he's going to see a lot of their coverage?
It's time for him to shine again. That's it. If Deebo is not on the field, we know that he's going to be that playmaker. And like that third down catch that he made over the middle, that was a difficult catch. He got to make plays like that, and he got to have confidence in himself that, hey, look, I'm going to be ready to go. And I want to see him run more routes on the outside too.
Yeah.
Because he's been running that, that sort of like that, almost like that 20-yard over the middle. And defense coordinators, they're gonna plan for that. So we're gonna have to put some wrinkles into that offense. We're gonna have to change some of our tendencies. And I think if we do that, we're gonna be okay.
All right, that was interesting about Jerry Rice, but we got a freaking Easter egg, man. This is something you have to listen to. This is Matt Barrows, who's at practice today, and he talked about Deebo Samuel actually there and doing some stuff. You're going to want to hear this.
How was Niner practice today?
Niner practice was good. Nearly a full house. The one outstanding member was Deebo Samuel, but Deebo Samuel was out there. I'll describe it to you. When we first came out, we're able to watch the beginning of practice, so warm-ups, and then maybe, the first 15, 20 minutes or so. When we first went out there, Deebo was in his uniform, and he was holding his helmet. And he didn't join practice, but he was doing sprints on the side. He was sprinting with the ball underneath his arm. So obviously the discomfort he's been feeling with the shoulder not preventing him from doing a little bit of running and some football movements. Anyway, I read it as a encouraging sign that he might rejoin practice later this week.
All right, man. So he's out there freaking running, dude. He's out there doing his thing. It looks like he's going to play. Absolutely. This is big to me. This is huge. What do you think about this? Him saying, hey, you got to be out there, man, because we need you, and we know you got that dog in you.
Yeah, man. Obviously, when the GOAT speaks, you listen. But regardless, Deebo Samuel, he's going to play, man. You don't get these opportunities. I know we've made the NFC Championship a ton of times, but still, you never know when it's going to be your last time. So you got to go out and get it. I don't care if you're hurt right now. You might not ever get back to this situation again. And I know Deebo Samuel, he's going to play regardless just because how tough this guy is. Plus, do you remember that thing that happened early in the year, bulletin board material?
Gardner Johnson.
Remember, he was chirping at Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel, man, this year he's kind of had that hit list for people where he's been wanting his get back. Obviously,
The Eagles
came in the all black. I think this is going to be another pretty similar situation as well. where Deebo Samuel, he's going to want to prove something because those guys were talking mad. Even when he wasn't even playing, now he's back. He's actually on the field again.
Yeah.
So I could see Deebo Samuel going after this guy, this week. And the other thing that Jerry Rice said, talking about Brandon Ayuk getting to that next level, I liked what he said, how big that catch was against the Packers in that tight window. I know Brock Purdy threw a perfect ball, but still, Ayuk still had to make that catch, and that pressure in the rain, I think he's elevating. He's starting to move up to that next level. Me and you last 2 years have been talking how this guy's 1,000-yard receiver. That's the kind of talent he is. I think he still has even more he could go, and I think these playoffs are going to show that.
I think, honestly, and we're talking about Ayuk, it seems like Ayuk, he even elevates his game more when they're together. It seems like that's when they're like the 1-2 punch for some reason. I don't know if you've ever seen back in the day wrestling, the Road Warriors. That was the best tag team partners. Who remembers when these two separated? They were not the same, man. It just didn't go well, man. Kind of like LMFAO, the group LMFAO. They both did their separate things. They went nowhere, They belong together. That's Deebo and Brandon Ayuk. When these two are together, man, it's absolutely amazing. And Jerry Rice is out there, and I get it, man. Jerry Rice, he's the GOAT. The dude, when in that Super Bowl, he even said it when he had that third sprain, he separated shoulder. He freaking was in pain early in the game, like the first, second quarter. Like that happened early in the game, and he still was able to get 3 touchdowns that game. So he's just saying, dude, like, come on, man, like this is it. Like we need you. If it was a regular season game, okay, you don't risk it. But this is like for pretty much the whole enchilada, man. If you want to get to that promised land, you gotta have it, man. You gotta have that Ronnie Lott moment where. Ronnie Lott basically during a game, man, he freaking cut off his freaking finger, man, just to play in that game. Absolutely insane. Look at one of the guys that we respect, who we actually do videos on all the time, Brian Baldinger. Look at his finger. It's all freaking in two. Looks like a 90-degree angle because of football, man. And he's like, dude, I freaking wanted to play, man. I didn't care. It jacked up my freaking body, but these games were important to me. So Deebo, hopefully he has that moment, and I think he'll play. Like, there's no question about it. Jerry Rice, the way he was confident about it, he said, dude, I'm signing. He's probably going to play. So I absolutely love it, man. I just feel that everybody's getting healthy at the right time. As they said, that Deebo was like pretty much the only one that was not at the official practice. So other than that, man, all our dudes are there. So it's all hands on deck. And I expect him to be there and I think the fans really think that he's going to be there too. So.
Yeah, I know most analysts are saying 50-50, but I'm 100% sure he's going to play. Like I said, we get through this game, get that win, you get a week off before the Super Bowl, or 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
yeah.
So you have time to heal. So obviously, you got to go win that game. If he doesn't play, it makes our chances of winning a lot harder. We can still do it, but with Deebo Samuel out there, man, I feel so confident with this guy.
He's an absolute stud, man. And Jerry Rice, I don't know, it just seems like back in the day, man, those dudes, they played through anything, I'm not questioning Deebo's heart. I know a lot of guys online were just like out there pretty much like, dude, why didn't the F he get back in there? Dude, we don't know what the hell happened. So, we know how bad it is. It happens, man. People get hurt and they can't play. And our guy stepped up. Brandon Ayuk, that third down was absolutely clutch. Kittle came in there clutch. Jawan Jennings was absolutely amazing. Christian McCaffrey was great. So I think, it's come down to now. And remember 2 years ago in that NFC Championship game against the Rams, I remember, who was it? Trent Williams and Deebo were both freaking banged up. And Trent Williams, man, they had to shoot his ass up before the game because he couldn't feel anything. And obviously, that game, I remember Trent Williams wasn't as the best, dude. You could just tell for that Green Bay game, he was all limping. He freaking, I swear, I think he looked like Tiny Tim in that game, the way he was limping. It was pretty bad. And then to come up the next week and play, it took a lot of guts. So hopefully Deebo could play because definitely need him out there.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about what the GOAT said. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.